power of the heart. Finding your inner wisdom.
The power of the heart.
Finding the power of the heart.
The power of the heart.
The power of the heart.
Power of the heart.
让我们寻回心的力量。
The power
of the heart.
Thank you for joining us today. My name is Yu Chao. You are listening to The Power of the Heart on Dai Radio. Tzu Chi has carried out work in more than 80 countries in the world and established offices in locations globally. How does it all start? In the Sutra of Innumerable Meanings, Buddha said that one can develop into infinity. Simply said, one seed can multiply and manifest into a vast forest. Take Washington, D.C., for example. This is the capital city of U.S., and Tzu Chi's successful presence in such a high-profile location is of special significance. The years of dedicated service by Tzu Chi volunteers there have accumulated into the official inauguration of the Greater Washington, D.C. Regional Office in January 2004. Tzu Chi originated in Washington, D.C. back in 1990. Commissioner Chen Li Si Xian, affectionately referred to as Mother Chen by Tzu Chi commissioners who have followed Dharma Master Zhen Yan for over 30 years in Hualien before immigrating to the Washington, D.C. area. Notice the loneliness experienced by and the limited resources of the local elderly Chinese. She introduced Tzu Chi to the underserved and vowed to sow and grow the seeds of Tzu Chi in D.C. Within just a year, the number of D.C. Tzu Chi members exceeded 160. The Washington Metropolitan is an area highly concentrated with government agencies and educational institutions, along with numerous high-tech companies in booming information and biotechnology industries. The general local population is mostly highly skilled professionals, especially within the Chinese community. D.C. Tzu Chi members are comprised of highly educated, talented volunteers, many with doctorate degrees, and some college professors. In recent years, the chapter has taken a proactive approach to reach out to the surrounding communities and extended its service to all ethnic groups. Through the efforts of the Happy Campus Project and active community services, Tzu Chi has demonstrated the great love that can touch all people in need. In 1995, the volunteers hosted the first bone marrow drive to kick off the local healthcare mission. Following the bone marrow drive, the medical team continued to establish a cancer patient support group in 1998 and a series of workshops on hospice care to educate volunteers on how to care for cancer patients. Since 2000, the D.C. chapter has hosted annual free medical outreach and launched a free health consultation plan in 2011 at the Broadacre Elementary School in Maryland to benefit many low-income or uninsured families. The education missions was initiated in 1996 with a one-day Happy Children Camp for school-age children. Then, in December 2000, DC's Tzu Chi Academy was officially established. Thanks to the tireless hard work of the past and current principals and faculty members, students exhibited a unique grace with Tzu Chi's spirit of kindness, compassion, joy, selflessness, sincerity, integrity, faith, and honesty. Many parents, delighted with such positive results, began to participate as teachers or volunteers at the academy. The cycle of goodness was thus continued. Outreach classes for the community started to take shape in 2009, such as Chinese calligraphy, Chinese painting, Tai Chi, yoga, automobile maintenance, conversational English skills, introduction to computer skills, and fundamental Chinese. And these are the classes to help adults who wanted to continue their education in many different areas in life. Its monthly newspaper, first issue in 1995, provided the most up-to-date volunteer information and also served as a platform for sharing thoughts and expressing creativity. The Tzu Chi Greater Washington, D.C. region has grown over the years. It is a great honor and responsibility to undertake the 4 missions locally: charity and health care for the poor, wholesome education, and enrich humanity. And that is how from one volunteer originally, not long ago, now growing into such a big operation in DC area. Tzu Chi volunteer follow Tzu Chi 10 precepts as a guide in everything they do. The purpose of the precepts is not to restrict, but to protect people and keeping people from harm's way. In our program today, we'll begin with a reading of Dharma Master Cheng Yan's teaching about the Tzu Chi 10 precepts. This reading is provided by Dharma Master De Ling. Then, after a short break, we'll discuss this teaching with Mr. Leo Wormers.
Love's the language of our souls. Love's held in hearts, not hands alone. Love's our small wish for you to enjoy. We wish you forever peace and joy. Love walks tall while sharing smiles. Love's found in silent gratitude's eyes. Love's giving more than yesterday. Believing strong, brave and not afraid. Give love openly as the sun shines warm light on you and me across every distance. So shall our love dare to dance. Spread love readily, pave the long road ahead tenderly. Your soothing blessings heal all pain and suffering. Sharing smiles. Love's found in silent gratitude's eyes. Love's giving more than yesterday. Believing strong, brave and not afraid. Give love openly as the sun shines warm light on you and me across every distance. So shall our love dare to dance. Spread love readily, pave the long road ahead tenderly. Your soothing blessings heal all pain and suffering. Across every distance, so shall our love dare to dance. Spread love readily, pave the long road ahead tenderly. Your soothing blessings heal all pain and suffering. Your soothing blessings heal all pain and suffering. Your
You are listening to The Power of the Heart on Dai Radio. Tapping into the power of the heart. Finding your inner wisdom. Finding the power of the heart.
The Power of the Heart, Appendix 3. Today we will be listening to the 10 Tzu Chi precepts. There are 10 precepts that Tzu Chi members follow. The first 5 are based on the traditional 5 Buddhist precepts. The latter 5 were added by Dharma Master Zheng Yan in response to the circumstances in modern society. These precepts serve as a moral code for Tzu Chi members. Here, the precepts are presented in 2 forms: a traditional rendering and an expanded version that conveys the spirit behind them. Dharma Master Zheng Yan reminds us that the purpose of the precepts is not to restrict us, but to protect us, keeping us from harm. The first precept, traditional rendering, do not kill. Expanded adaptation, understanding that life is sacred and that all living creatures share the same desire to live, we will not take life. Out of respect for life, we will strive to protect the lives of all living beings. The second precept, traditional rendering, do not steal. Expanded adaptation, understanding that it is not right to take anything that does not belong to us, we will respect what belongs to others and not steal. Knowing that there are so many people who have so much less than us, we vow to practice generosity and give what we can to help people in need. The third precept, traditional rendering, do not fornicate. Expanded adaptation, understanding that sexual misconduct can cause great harm and suffering, destroying our lives and the lives of others. We will not have sexual relations outside of marriage or engage in other forms of sexual immorality. Knowing that the integrity of the family is vital for the nurturing of ethics, morality, and a sound and healthy society, we will try to promote wholesome family values by practicing these values ourselves and making ours a model family. The fourth precept, traditional rendering, do not lie. Expanded adaptation, understanding that our integrity rests vitally on the trustworthiness of our word. We will not tell lies or speak to deceive. As our words can hurt others tremendously, we will also strive not to speak abusively, hatefully, or harshly, and refrain from speaking insincere words of flattery, gossiping, or bearing tales which creates division. We will instead cultivate loving and compassionate speech so our words can help comfort, encourage, heal, and inspire others. The fifth precept, traditional rendering, do not drink alcohol. Expanded adaptation, understanding that using alcohol impairs our judgment and may cause us to take actions that can harm ourselves and others, we will not touch alcohol. We hope our example can also influence others to refrain from alcohol, fostering a safer society. The sixth precept, traditional rendering, do not smoke, use drugs, or chew betel nuts. Expanded adaptation, understanding that smoking, using narcotics, and chewing betel nuts harm our health and create addictions that disrupt our lives, we will keep away from these products and develop a wholesome, healthy lifestyle. The seventh precept, traditional rendering, do not gamble or speculate. Expanded adaptation, understanding that gambling is to profit at others' expense and that it can destroy our lives and our family, We will not gamble or get involved in speculation, such as playing the stock market or engaging in other high-risk or get-rich-quick schemes. We will earn money in an honest way through hard work. We know this will give our lives a solid foundation and true security. The 8th precept, traditional rendering, be filial to your parents and be moderate in speech and attitude. Expanded adaptation, understanding how deeply indebted we are to our parents for giving us life, raising and nurturing us, and toiling away to give us what opportunities they could. We will strive to show our gratitude by being filial and good to them. We will be considerate of their feelings, try to fulfill their needs, and genuinely care about their physical and psychological well-being. Where we have differences in views, we will try to be understanding of where they are coming from and use only gentle, loving words to convey our views. We will always treat them in a loving manner and with a positive attitude, while also learning to treat others in such a manner. The 9th precept, traditional rendering, abide by traffic laws. Expanded adaptation, understanding that not following traffic regulations can cause accidents and create suffering for others and ourselves. We will always strive mindfully in accordance with the law. Knowing that to keep everyone safe, we need all citizens to abide by traffic laws, we will try to encourage this by setting an example through our own actions. The 10th precept, traditional rendering, do not participate in politics or demonstrations. Expanded adaptation, understanding that demonstrations have the potential to cause greater division, unrest, and conflict in society, we will not take part in them. We will dedicate ourselves to constructive actions that help foster love between people and peace and harmony in our society. Knowing that Tzu Chi can carry out its work only if it remains politically neutral, focusing only on truly and practically relieving the suffering of ordinary citizens, we will not be involved in political activities or engage in any actions that could cause Tzu Chi to be turned into a political instrument. So in review, the 10 Tzu Chi precepts. 1. Do not kill. 2. Do not steal. 3. Do not fornicate. 4. Do not lie. 5. Do not drink alcohol. 6. Do not smoke, use drugs, or chew betel nuts. 7. Do not gamble or speculate. 8. Be filial to your parents and be moderate in speech and attitude. 9. Abide by traffic laws. 10. Do not participate in politics or demonstrations.
You are listening to The Power of the Heart on Da'ai Radio. Our special guest today is Mr. Leo Wormers. He works for the U.S. federal government in Rockville, Maryland, as staff assistant for the Bureau of Health Profession. He likes to watch movies and collects comic books, with Silver Surfer as his favorite comic book. Marvel The Avenger is the best hero movie in his view. He thinks the all-time best movie is Casablanca. Welcome to the program, Leo. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Your participation in the nursing home program has been the main project that you work with Tzu Chi Foundation. How long have you been singing at the nursing homes?
It's been about 13 years now. We got started in 2000 it was funny how I got started. A friend at work was telling me about something that her husband was doing on the weekends. She said he had forgotten her birthday because he was doing some charity work. And I asked her very politely, well, what kind of charity work is he doing? So she said, well, he plays piano and sings at nursing homes. And I said, I'd be interested in doing something like that. And she said, you would? So I said, yeah, give me his contact information. So she did, and I got in touch with him, and I've been doing that ever since.
Do you have any special someone that you remember from the nursing home who truly enjoyed the program?
Well, there was one lady, her name was Elvira, and we enjoyed singing to her for many years. She passed away a couple years ago. But she was always into the music, and she would sing along, and whenever we would come, she would always remember when our next event was going to be, and she would tell everybody, even when I forgot. It was funny. But we miss her.
So for you to stay committed for 13 years and twice a month, that's quite a commitment. And where did you find your motivation to do all this?
Rather than play the music I enjoyed, it was better to play the music they enjoyed. So I started doing research to find the older songs that they enjoyed, and that's where it made a real difference in the program.
How do you conduct your research? Because you have to go back to their generation.
I get a lot of it on the internet, but I've also drawn very heavily from my father's collection of sheet music. He played piano for many years.
As you spend more time or kind of think in their place, you truly see the difference that you can make in them, and the joy they kind of share with you or show you must give you more energy to continue going.
It really does. We used to sing, we would fill up a 1-hour program with just music. And I made a decision a few years ago to deliberately make sure that we never played no more than 55 minutes, so that we have some time at the end of the program to shake hands and talk to the people and ask them what they liked about the program. And I've noticed that since we started doing that, and since we've started introducing harmony into the music, it's really made a difference. The response is much more positive now.
When people get to share about their ideas and their comments about what they like or what they think can be improved, they truly build that connection with you, and this fills the void for them. Many of the residents in the nursing home don't have enough visit from family and friends, and they are always waiting for family and friends to visit them. And Tzu Chi volunteers visit these nursing homes, kind of looking at them as our friends and family and trying to bring that to their life.
The elderly are not people who have outlived their usefulness. They are our national treasures. They are our parents and grandparents, and one day they will be us. I really enjoy singing to the elderly and asking them what they want to hear and hearing what they have to say. The human touch is important. If we just sing and then leave, we might as well just bring a recording and leave it there. But we want to talk to these people, want to get to know them, find out their names, and find out what they like and what they enjoy. And it makes a real difference in their lives and in ours. It's always fun no matter how many people go, because I just enjoy doing this, and I want to keep doing it as long as I can. One thing that surprised me recently, we were asking people, what would you like to hear? And one old man said he requested a Beatles song. I was surprised to hear that. So we added it. We added Yesterday to our repertoire. So I guess we're going to have to change our repertoire and add some more modern songs as the people in the nursing homes get to be from a different generation.
Sometimes people may be uncomfortable, especially new volunteers. They don't know how to reach out to these seniors.
Yeah, well, I'm always looking for new volunteers. So, yeah, that does happen from time to time. But usually they're open to that. If I mention that we want to do this, they usually will embrace the idea, because I think it's just the right thing, and people just understand that. So I think we never had anybody object to it.
I think you are a great leader. Your group have set out a good role model, so the new volunteer do not encounter such difficulty, and participating in the activity, they just feel natural to reach out to the senior and be their friends. Well, thank you very much, Leo, for your time. Our time is up today. We'll be listening to this book over the next several episodes. Please join us next time to continue our discussion on the power of the heart. If you want to read this book we are talking about, you can find a copy of this book in any Jingsi bookstore and cafe. For more teaching from Dharma Master Cheng Yen, please tune in next time to our program. Goodbye and have a great day.
Do not wait until some deed of greatness you may do. Do not wait to shed your light upon. To the many duties ever near you now be true. Brighten the corner where you are. Brighten the corner where you are. Brighten the corner where you are. Someone far from harbor you may guide across the bar. Brighten the corner where you are. Just above the cloudy skies that you may help to clear, let not narrow self your way debar. Though into one heart alone may fall your song of cheer, brighten the corner where you are. Brighten the corner where you are. Brighten the corner where you are. Someone far from harbor you may guide across the bar. Brighten the corner where you are. Here for all your talent you may surely find a need. Here reflect the bright and morning star. Even from your humble hand the bread of life may feed. Brighten the corner where you are. Brighten the corner where you are. Brighten the corner where you are. Someone far from harbor you may guide across the bar. Brighten the corner where